Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Okay, guys, so my sister's here. She is cleaning right now, but she's gonna be done in a few minutes, so I gotta go through this quickly. I wasn't planning on this, but basically, I was pulling cards from there, and it got bigger. It just got bigger, just bigger and bigger. So basically, when I started here, I was seeing a theme coming out right away, and I was asking about your person, divine masculine energy, basically. And all of these cards are, transformation, spiritual alignment, healing. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay. So I feel like for some of you, somebody could be going through some major transformation right now in regards to your situation, in regards to their consciousness, in regards to their healing, in regards to their lives, and some other stuff that I've seen here kind of has me feeling like some are taking that next level commitment to their spiritual evolution, to themselves, to kind of ascend or see things from a different level of consciousness than they may have seen before. They could be having a paradigm shift. Okay, so basically shifting the way that they see, the way that they feel, the way that they are, who they are at their core, could be turning on, kicking in and helping them to start to ascend and to see things in a different way and transform things around them. And then Temperance, again, is a card of healing. This is literally an angel here who brings balance, and this is like a union energy. So whoever you're connected to could be balancing out whatever hasn't been in balance in their life, whatever hasn't been, good for them, whatever has been kind of toxic or needed to transform, or what they weren't stepping up to their potential. I feel like that is stuff that they may be now doing. Some of them could be going into meditation, or just spending a lot of time in isolation, spending a lot of time like the Hierophant is kind of like the hermit, but on a spiritual level. Like they spiritual people, usually we isolate out of self, preservation, so that we don't end up getting trampled by the collective consciousness, and the energies that are out there, and the people that are out there, and just the negativity and the darkness and the ickiness. So they could be starting to just naturally have that happen, or they could have had that happen as a result of what we all just went through collectively. I feel like a lot of people are going to be waking up, or have started waking up because of the whole lockdown. So it's so funny, because it's like, hey, let's put everybody in their houses and keep them away from each other and put some masks over their face. See how far we can get them to submit. But guess what? It woke them up, because when you isolate people, they got no choice but to think, and they have no choice but to face themselves and their shadows and their darkness. Some of them probably drank it away, or screwed it away, or did whatever away, but a lot of people probably woke up. So they could be going within, healing, understanding, learning, and I feel like they may not want everybody to know this yet. With the moon here, this can be secretive energy, or even just the secrets. Why am I here? What is the purpose of my life? What is the purpose of all of this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Blah, 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 blah. Those questions that a lot of us started asking ourselves, that led us to the path. So they could be either exploring those secrets right now, going within, or they could be, trying to keep it on the hush, that they have been, figuring things out, or thinking these things, or studying this stuff. Because the Eight of Pentacles is literally about studying, figuring out, like, how can I put this two and two together? Why am I here? What is the purpose of life? So basically, I feel like somebody is weaving that web of consciousness. And then I feel like it's moving quickly for this person too, with the Chariot here, because it was like the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles came out together. So I feel like they could be going through an ascension pretty quickly, learning things really quickly, figuring things out, becoming the best version of themselves, very grounded, stable, loyal, committed to themselves, to their evolution, to figuring out what they need to learn in order to align with their destiny. And then we had over here with the Six of Cups and the Star, some of them could be now reminiscing about their, younger days, or things in the past, or times that they spent with you, having some sort of, pedestal that they have something on top of, that they are, acquiring or wanting to acquire. However, I also figured that some of you, this could be connected to them, figuring out that they're Star Child, because we also had the Star Child card come out. So they could be figuring out that they have starseed origins, or that they are not from this little, Earth, basically. Because most of us, we're here on Earth, we have a soul. We're infinite beings. We don't have to be just on Earth. So they could be figuring that type of stuff out, or they could be literally figuring out, hey, guess what? I'm a starseed, and figuring out, just think how you stumbled onto the information if you found that, how did you figure that out? How did you get there? It's not far-fetched when you think about it, because if you told me 10 years ago that I was going to be doing all this stuff and thinking all this stuff and believing this shit, I would have been like, yeah, okay. So, stuff happens. But I feel like some people are definitely waking up. Now, also because I've awoken because of our love and have sought guidance for our path together came out. I was like, okay, this is confirmation. So I started off with that deck, then I confirmed with this deck. And because of this deck and these messages of I'm constantly seeing signs connected to you, I've awoken because of the connection. I've been meditating and expanding my mind. I'm starting to see, there's not that many cards in this deck of 129 cards that literally talk about that. And then I've been trying to get advice on what to do with our connection, but nobody understands it. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Please help me to figure us out. So I feel like this is something too, is that they're trying to figure it out. They don't understand all of it. Some of them could be figuring bits and pieces together. Some of them, that may be the thing that's on top of the pedestals. They need to figure out their origin, or what they're here for, or what the purpose is of you in their life. And they say, I'm committed to improving myself. You inspire me to heal and grow. And I still have no idea what to say to you, but I'm really missing you lately. Nostalgia. So I feel like for a lot of you, they do miss you, but there's also bits and pieces within their, early days of being here on the earth that they're trying to figure out. Because a lot of things that we figure out when we awaken connects to our childhood. We'll put bits and pieces together, oh my god, I remember that, oh my god, because when you're a kid you're really connected. It's after you go through the life, you disconnect further and further away from your spirit, from your consciousness, from that ultimate connection that we have. So a lot of times you'll remember things that you may have felt or knew, or if you think about certain things, it's how did I know that? Nobody told me who Orion was, but I always knew who Orion's belt was. Nobody told me, all the things, so many freaking things that I just kind of knew. And I'm how do I know that? It's it's just there. It's just in there. And a lot of us have that. So they may be having some of those things come alive within them. And again, we have your light illuminates my mind and my soul. So you could have inspired this person in some way. Again, we have your light help me to guide me out of my darkness. So this could be, for some of you, that they were having a dark night of the soul, a lot of depression, a lot of darkness, a lot of, just I don't know if I can go on, life sucks, this, that, I hate my life, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes that brings us to awakening. But whatever the purpose is, I feel or whatever the reason is that they've gotten to where they are now, I feel you have helped to inspire this person. And they're saying to trust your intuition, and know that they know what they want. They can't stop till they have it. So they have a focus. And I feel for some of you, they're focused on you. These two came out together. It's he's looking right at her. This is the one that loves unconditionally. So maybe they're thinking of you as the one that loves them unconditionally. And they're I love your spirit. You shine like a star and you stole my heart. So that could be for some of you. And then I'm really trying to find a balance in life and love. So whatever's been keeping them from having that balance, I feel they're trying to balance. They're trying to heal. They're trying to learn. They're trying to grow. And trust in the divine plan is number 13. So I feel this is for the divine feminine. And then the wisdom of the divine feminine, I feel the wisdom of the divine feminine right now, you may need to be the one that kind of leads the way a little bit, or just trust in the plan right now. Try not to freak out. Try not to, go crazy or be oh my God, blah, blah, freaking all out. Say anything to the person, just let it be. But I feel this is also just, something, maybe a lesson that the feminine has been teaching the masculine, is to trust in the plan. Because 13 is the divine feminine number. 9 is the endings and new beginnings. This is the wisdom of the feminine. And then we had the pink rose of Lady Nada. And I was holy freaking shit. Because I swear to God, for weeks, I've been seeing the pink rose. I put the pink rose into all the pictures with my products for Etsy. And then I was making a thing for my website, and I ended up putting the pink rose on the background of the picture, and I had like 50 of them by the end of that night, that I was like trying to choose from, like which one am I going to use. And then later at that night, I found something about Lady Nada in the pink rose, and it was all about her and her twin flame, the freaking King of Swords or something like that. He has a real name, but I always forget it. They were calling him the King of Swords, or the King of Swords. And it's been like non-stop synchronicity everywhere I go. Everything I look at, everything is just like there's a pink rose everywhere. So I feel like this is like connected, because the rose is also representative of the love journey, like all the layers of the journey, all the layers of life, just how, like, sometimes we grow and we blossom and we bloom and we're beautiful and we wake up, and then we wither and we die and we have a dark night of the soul, and we go through cycles, just like the earth goes through cycles. So like winter, it's all blech, and then it all fades away and it dies and it's cold and it's blah, blah, blah. And then in the spring it comes back to life and it blossoms again and it blooms and it's all beautiful, and it's just a cycle that's continuously going. But like the rose is very representative of love journeys and journeys like that. So I feel like this is also helping to connect with that for a lot of people, and whatever the rose represents to be to you, but if you are interested, if this resonates for you, you can look deeper into Lady Nada. She's one of the Ascended Masters, and then that same night I ended up having pull her out of one of the Ascended Masters decks, and I was like, oh my god, there she is, little pink rose. It's been nonstop. It's when I say nonstop, I mean like every day, like multiple times a day I see things. So you may start having some synchronicity like that happening. And then we had the heart transmission, also cosmic heart, cosmic Christ. So I feel like this is speaking to the fact that the feminine and the masculine may be also having heart awakening right now. Because then we have the heart here, where you can see like this blossoming of the rose. So I feel like the masculines could be going into Christ consciousness. The feminines could be having like this heart transmission that they feel connected to them. They could be feeling like the awakening of them, or just kind of, feeling something. But again, over here we have the ascension rainbow bridge. So it's like, again, it's like you may be creating a bridge energetically from your heart space for your masculine to awaken. Like you may be holding the space for them to be able to go through an accelerated rate of that, because it takes some time. It's like it doesn't happen overnight. But for some people, it like I have some friends that literally were like it's just really bad, difficult awakenings, but it like turned them on completely immediately. I had some pretty intense stuff, but I feel like mine was like a little bit of a little less of an intensity like that. I mean, I did have some pretty crazy things go down with a lot of information that came in, but I don't think it was as intense as some other people have had. So, you may be holding a frequency, or just because of the frequency that we're in right now, we've had a paradigm shift on the planet. It seems to be like the cool thing to do now is to be a spiritual person, where when I woke up it was like nobody even knew what the hell I was talking about. It was like you get laughed at. So we have a better alignment now for people. And from here we had the soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So again, I feel like this may be, speaking to all of this, like there's a connection here, like see the connection in all of these things. There's a heart space here, heart, heart. But it's like beyond that, like the connection between all things, between your consciousness, between your energy, between your mind, between your soul, between you and the feminine, you and the masculine. It's like there's no separation. People look at it, only between separation, sad, blah, blah, blah. But it's not like that. Like you literally cannot separate from your twin flame. If they are your twin flame, they're literally like connected to you no matter what. It's like you're connected. Like you can feel them, you can hear them, you can think them. Like you may not hear them like they're talking like right in your ear, but it's like you know the mood, the energy, like if they're pissed off or they're happy or like whatever. It's like just a knowing, and if you trust it, it gets stronger, and usually you get confirmation on it. So, pay attention. And we have 1111, messages are in the numbers, so you may be getting a lot of synchronicity in this way, where things are all connected, where they show you the synchronicity through the numbers. I have a lot of numbers that show up for me every day, all day, in multiple places. So, you know, when you see it, it starts to increase. And it's like, once you start seeing it, you don't stop seeing it. And it just keeps happening and happening and happening. I also feel like they could be having their divine talents awakening at this time. We also had, you know, remember who you are and where you come from. So I feel like that again speaks to the fact that they may be having this awakening, expansion, you know, their divine talents kicking on, and just having like a remembrance of, you know, who they are, where they come from, and all of that. And with the eternal now, again, I feel like everything is just expanding infinitely. So it's like this now moment is just going to continue to expand. So you don't have to like rush. You don't have to be all freaked out. You don't have to be like in a rush to know what their gifts are or what they're going to do with them, or, you know, anything like that. It says, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. I just saw that here. So it's like, just take a chill pill and just go with the flow to your, you know, Six of Cups type of energy. And then we had karmic clearing. So I feel like, you know, whatever karma, whatever difficulties, darkness, crappy shit that you might have going on, that stuff is clearing out, changing. And then an invitation to connect again. I feel like there's like an invitation to connect through the heart space right now. You may not see them physically, you may not talk to them, but there's a heart connection. And with the power of the divine masculine, obviously I feel like that is what is waking up and stepping into more power and unplugging from the mass consciousness, which is helping to, you know, ascend, is helping to get away from the karma, get away from the debris, get away from the things that keep you from having a paradigm shift, that keep you from, you know, trusting yourself, or, you know, aligning with the right energies, frequencies, and beliefs, and just trusting yourself enough to continue down the path. And then we had, I do not like when the other attention others give to you, and I know I should give you more. I'm just frozen in fear. So this person could be, again, freaked out. If this is like what they're going through, they could definitely be freaked out. But, you know, that could also be just like the fear or a belief, a limited belief, that they have, like, I don't like this attention. Like, you may not even be doing anything or talking to anybody, but, you know, you may have a totally different perspective on that too. You know, you may get attention from people that you don't think anything of them, but they don't know that. So they may look at all these people as, oh no, this is a bad person. So, you know, keep that in mind, I guess, and just try to respect that understanding. And hopefully this has assisted you guys. Like I said, I didn't want to come on too long because my sister's here and I think she should be done by now. And we have to go make all the products for me to ship out for orders this week. And then I'm going to be working on my website. I'm going to be posting some crystals. I made a blog post. I was trying to make a description for a listing for a crystal, and I ended up writing a blog post. So I had to like copy paste it out of my listing into the blog, and make a couple of pictures for it. And I'm trying to get more people to go to my website rather than my my Etsy store, just because on my website I don't have to pay listing fees and Etsy charges and all those crazy things that go along with having an Etsy shop. So if you are somebody that's interested in my candles, my products, my decks, whatever, I'm going to be adding a lot more stuff to my website right now. There's a couple of things that aren't on there that are on Etsy. So if there's something that you don't see on my website that you really want from Etsy, you know, get it wherever you want to get it. Both places you can use a coupon code DIVINE, all capital, and you'll save $5 off of your order. On my website, you can do that for $35 and up, and on my Etsy store, that's for $44 and up. And I think that's it. So, in Munay, namaste.